Have you ever stopped to think about those hidden bits of tech? The ones that, keep everything running smoothly?
Hmm.
We're talking about things affecting everything from the gas in your car to, say, critical equipment in a hospital. Stuff you never see.
Exactly. Invisible, but absolutely essential.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of these surprisingly big sectors, the global pressure regulator market.
Right. Sounds niche, but it's huge.
It is. Our guide here is a detailed report from Cognitive Market Research. It looks ahead all the way to 2033.
Okay.
And our mission really is to unpack what's driving this market, where it's growing, and what it tells us about global industry. Think of it as your shortcut to understanding this, well, quiet giant.
Good way to put it.
So let's start with the big picture. Globally, the report found this market was worth over, what, $3.3 billion back in 2021?
Quite substantial already.
And get this, it's expected to hit over $4.1 billion by 2025, and then a pretty remarkable $6.2 billion by 2033. That's a steady growth rate, the CAGR, of
Hmm.
5.243% year over year. That's pretty consistent for something most of us barely know exists.
It really is, isn't it? And the why behind it is key. Think about like a garden hose.
Okay.
As something controlling the flow, the pressure's all over the place, right? Sometimes it trickles, sometimes it blasts.
Yeah.
A pressure regulator basically ensures you get just the right steady pressure
Uh,
all the time, whether it's for gentle watering or power washing.
right, makes sense.
And these things are critical across so many industries. Oil and gas, obviously, needing very precise control. Manufacturing for efficiency and healthcare. Think about delivering medical gases safely.
So they're everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Quietly doing their job, controlling flows and pressures. You'd honestly be surprised how many are probably working around you right now.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit more, starting with North America.
Sure.
It's a big piece of the pie, over $853 million in 2021, and is projected to hit nearly $1.5 billion by 2033. That's a solid growth rate, 4.561% AGR.
Yeah, solid is the word. And what's really striking in North America is the U.S. dominance.
Right.
Over $700 million just for the U.S. in 2021, heading toward almost $1.2 billion by 2033. That growth, around 4.4% annually, it reflects that mature, strong industrial base, manufacturing updates, infrastructure,
And Canada and Mexico.
also growing
Yeah.
steadily. Canada's actually showing slightly faster growth, maybe linked to its energy sector. Mexico's expanding nicely too. It all adds up to that strong regional picture.
Okay, so North America provides that solid foundation. Let's jump across the Atlantic. Europe. The picture there seems a bit more varied.
It does.
Overall, the market was over $765 million in 2021, forecast to reach about $1.34 billion by 2033. The CAGR there is 4.822%.
Right. And the interesting thing in Europe is the range of growth.
How so?
Well, look at Germany. It's really leading the charge growth-wise. 5.547% AGRR projected.
Awesome.
Very strong. Its market size nearly doubling. That probably reflects its powerful manufacturing sector, exports, automation.
And others.
Well, you compare that to, say, Russia, which the report shows growing more modestly, like 3.2%, or even Luxembourg, lowest on the list at about 3.5%.
So quite a difference.
Exactly. It's a patchwork. It likely tracks with different investment levels, economic situations, specific industry strengths in each country. The UK and Spain, though, they're also showing good momentum, actually above the European average.
Okay, now, Asia Pacific. This is where the report says things get really interesting.
Oh, yeah. This is the growth engine.
Undisputed leader, apparently, valued at over $1.3 billion in 2021 and heading for a massive $2.6 billion by 2033. It's got the highest regional CAGR, nearly 5.84%.
It's huge. And China, as you'd guess, is a major driver there. Its market is basically set to double.
Right. But it's not just China.
No, not at all. If you look at the bigger picture, India. Well, India stands out globally.
Mm.
The highest overall CAGR in the report.
Really? How high?
A whopping 6.684%.
Wow. What's driving that?
The report points to massive infrastructure projects, a booming pharma manufacturing scene, big investments in renewables, all needing that precise control we talked about.
That really shows where things are booming.
It absolutely does. And it's not just India. Look at Singapore, over 6.2% CAGR,
Mhm.
great for advanced manufacturing, biotech. Southeast Asia as a whole, also over 6.2%.
Mm-hmm.
And even the more, let's say, mature economies like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, they're still showing really robust growth, over 5%. as they modernize and expand their industries.
So APAC is clearly leading the charge. Let's look at some other expanding regions, South America.
Yeah, showing healthy growth too.
The report says it's growing at 5.538% CAGR, from about $209 million in 2021 to over $400 million by 2033. And Argentina seems to be a standout there.
That's right. Argentina's leading regionally, growing at over 6% annually. It's interesting how this demand really mirrors the industrial build-out happening across the continent. Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Chile, all showing solid growth too.
Okay. And the Middle East?
It's also expanding quite significantly. 5.487% CAGR overall, set to nearly double its market size by 2033.
Any standouts there?
Well, the UAE is particularly impressive, over 6.1% growth annually.
Why so high, do you think?
Likely driven by their big push to diversify their economy, moving beyond just oil and gas into logistics, tourism, infrastructure. Saudi Arabia is also growing strongly, over 5.5%, reflecting their Vision 2030 plans. Turkey's growth is notable too. It really shows broad development across the region.
And finally, Africa.
Showing promise.
Yeah, the report shows a 4.73% CAGR. The market's projected to grow from around $94 million in 2021 to over $178 million by 2033. South Africa seems to be the main player there, growing at over 5.3%, which kind of makes sense given its industrial base. Nigeria is also showing decent growth, nearly 5%.
Right, reflecting the needs of that large economy.
So after looking at all these regions, what's the big takeaway? What does this all mean for you listening?
I think the main theme, the crystal clear message from the report, is that this growth is steady and it's widespread. It's happening everywhere.
Right, not just isolated pockets.
Exactly. It really signals broad, fundamental industrial growth globally. The report connects this demand to, well, massive infrastructure investments, new energy projects, pipelines, plants, plus the ongoing expansion in key sectors like energy, manufacturing, pharma, even food and beverage.
So it's like a bellwether?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
A really strong indicator of overall industrial health. Yeah. As we saw, Asia-Pacific is clearly the hotspot. Countries like India, Singapore, Southeast Asia, they're showing incredible momentum. That's where global industrial development is really surging.
That really is the aha moment, isn't it? How this, seemingly niche market pressure regulators actually serves as kind of barometer for global industrial health. It just shows how these specialized, often invisible components are completely foundational to our interconnected world. So thinking about how essential and steadily growing this market is, it really gets you wondering, doesn't it? What other behind-the-scenes sectors are just as vital, quietly driving the global economy? What other overlooked parts are shaping our future right now, just under the radar?